Well, hello again, everybody. TrekWorks here with you. Well, since my last video, I've got a little bit more time in on our Vulcan warp shuttle here, and I've been spending some time, as you can see, working on the lighting, and I finished up installing the flex chiller grills and the bussard collector. Actually, they're not installed; they're just kind of laying in there right now, but finished fitting them in. And I've been working back and forth with some lighting on this. Now, I originally went with my favorite LED tape on the bottom here. I ran a strip of LED tape from the rear to the front and some cool blue and a little separate piece up here for the red. And then this little one back here, I had this, I still got this bulb in here, but it's a little 3mm white bulb to light up that orange tinted kind of grill that's there in the back to represent the engine exhaust, I guess, if that's what that is. But anyway, it didn't work out too well. Basically what I had here was when I would lay this up on here, I would see that I was getting a lot of glare through the flux chiller grill. I would see each individual light lighting up, and no matter what I did to diffuse it, to try to block it and make it even out, it just kept looking like individual lights in there. It's because of the fact that it's such a small part and the lights are actually so close behind it that it's causing the problem. So I decided to go back and rework it, and what I wound up doing is using a 10mm blue LED, high intensity blue here at the rear, and a single 5mm red at the front to light up the bussard collector, and I'll show you what this looks like now. The color, the light trails off just a little bit towards the front of the grill here, but it's not that bad. It's not as bad as it looks on the camera there either. In person it looks just about even. It just trails off a slight little bit. And so I'm going to leave it like that. I think that looks kind of cool in a way. Let me turn the light off here for you, and you can see what it looks like. But here's our little exhaust port too. Now that end cap hasn't been light blocked on the inside, so it's kind of glowing purple, but that'll be taken care of. So I think this is going to look just fine. I'm not going to worry about it. There's really not enough room to work another bulb in there without doing a lot of kind of pain in the butt stuff, so I'm just going to kind of leave it alone, and I'm happy with it as is. So we're going to go with that. Now, I've been doing some other work on this. I've started working on the crew cabin here, and I've got my little side windows cut out, and I've mounted this little white LED at the front. Now what that's for is the pictures that I've seen of this model and the little shot you see of it in the movie, there's this kind of rectangular port facing forward on that, and there was a kind of a floodlight that was mounted in there behind a clear lens that I guess it was for the forward lighting when you were approaching something or whatever, getting ready to dock. So I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to of course do the internal cabin lighting on it, so that's going to be nice. Now one of the things we're working on here too is we can see that this is a solid piece, the warp engine base, so when the nacelle attaches on here, we're going to have to run wires from the nacelle up through here and to make it over to come out this hole and go through our mounting rod and down to the base. So this is a solid part, so we're going to have to do a little bit of trench work in here. We're going to have to come in here with a Dremel tool and cut a nice little trench on both sides. I'm using this nice thin magnet wire, so that's not going to be a problem. We'll just cut a real thin little trench, run that through there, and bring the wires up and down to the bottom just like we need them, and we'll have power to the engines. And of course what the plan is as I mentioned in the first video, I'm working on this little part here, which is the bottom of the crew cabin and the docking assembly, where you'll have these little magnets that install. And I'm going to be using a couple of pieces of brass strips to make some little contact terminals here, and once this is glued down on the top and the wires are connected to it on the bottom side, I'll be able to attach or detach this upper crew cabin and still keep my lighting in it. It won't light when it's detached, but it'll light up when it's back on the model, so that's going to be kind of cool. And so things are coming along pretty good. Now the next video I'll be showing a little bit more of the assembly. We'll be getting some more of the lighting done on the inside of the crew cabin here and getting our base put together, and I'll show you what I come up with for this little connecting system on that. And we're going to start getting the parts filed down and sanded and start some of the assembly going. So things are going along pretty good on it. I hope you guys will check out the next one, and until I see you then, everybody, happy modeling, you guys.